One day, as the Buddha and bhikkhus were begging in a village near the banks of the Ganga, the Buddha spotted a man carrying nightsoil. The man was an untouchable named Sunita. Sunita had heard about the Buddha and bhikkhus, but this was the first time he had ever seen them. Knowing how dirty his clothes were and how foul he smelled from carrying nightsoil, he quickly moved off the path and made his way down to the river. But the Buddha was determined to share the way with Sunita. When Sunita veered from the path, the Buddha did the same. Understanding the Buddha intent, Sariputta and Meghiya, the Buddha attendant at the time, followed him. The rows of other bhikkhus came to a halt, and they quietly watched. Sunita was panic-stricken. He hastily put the buckets of nightsoil down and looked for a place to hide. Above him stood the bhikkhus in their saffron robes, while before him approached the Buddha and two other bhikkhus. Not knowing what else to do, Sunita waded up to his knees in water and stood with his palm joined. Curious villagers came out of their homes and lined the shore to watch what was happening. Sunita had veered off the path because he was afraid he would pollute the bhikkhus. He could not have guessed the Buddha would follow him. Sunita knew the Sangha included many men from noble castes. He was sure that polluting a bhikkhu was an unforgivable act. He hoped the Buddha and bhikkhus would leave him and return to the road. But the Buddha did not leave. He walked right up to the water edge and said, "My friend, please come closer so we may talk." Sunita, his palm still joined, protested, "Lord, I don't dare." "Why not?" asked the Buddha. "I am an untouchable. I don't want to pollute you and your monks." The Buddha replied, "On our path, we no longer distinguish between caste. You are a human being like the rest of us. We are not afraid we will be polluted. Only greed, hatred, and delusion can pollute us. A person as pleasant as yourself brings us nothing but happiness." "What is your name?" "Lord, my name is Sunita." "Sunita, would you like to become a bhikkhu like the rest of us?" "I couldn't, why not? I am an untouchable." "Sunita, I have already explained that on our path there is no caste. In the way of awakening, caste no longer exists. It is like the Ganga, Yamuna, Sarabhu, Mahi and Rohini rivers. Once they empty into the sea, they no longer retain their separate identities. A person who leaves home to follow the way leaves caste behind, whether he was born a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaisya, Sudra or untouchable. Sunita, if you like, you can become a bhikkhu like the rest of us." Sunita could hardly believe his ears. He placed his joined palm before his